You're listening to Montreal Now with Aaron Rand and Natasha Hall on CJAD 800.
That is James Mennie. He is over at the Montreal Gazette. So, Jim, we're kind of spending our last show today for 2023 talking about things past 2023, good, bad, and different. So thought we might as well put you on the spot and see if you're looking back on the year, what were some of those things for you?
I have to tell you, for the low point, I think, was the latest assault by Legault on English Quebec. This whole thing with the universities, an assault that I'm seeing is being pushed back today by Concordia, which is echoing McGill's strategy, which is creating a series of scholarships to make up for the tuition shortfall for students coming from outside of Quebec to study here. I think to a certain extent they are dragging their coat on this. I think this will go to court. I really think they are. They've realized if they want to get a rise out of Legault, and they're poking him in the chest with this, and it'll be very interesting to see what he says come the new year. As for the high point, I have to tell you guys, it's more of a personal thing. I was in a situation where, October 4th, I thought I was suffering from a stroke. Turns out that I had Bell's palsy, which mimics the symptoms of a stroke. Mimics the symptoms of a stroke. It's in fact a virus that attacks a nerve that controls the face muscles. I'm better now. I look only slightly less like Quasimodo. But that said, when I went to the hospital, I went to the ER at the Glen, where they were great. However, as they were dealing with my initial problem, they checked my blood pressure, and it was at 204 over 140. And they pointed at that with this big sort of like big eyes, and I'm like, so? And they said, no, we can't let you go home like this. Long story short, they gave me meds to deal with that, and everything's fine. Everything's under control now. But what was the high point of this, you ask? Since October 14th, I haven't had a cigarette, and I'm happy as a clam.
There you go. Congratulations to you. Jim, how long have you been smoking?
40 years.
Wow, Jim. And you told us you had a little dental surgery.
I have saved $1,250 since that day. That's nuts.
You know, it's the old story, right? You hate to say that it took something this serious, a health scare to get you to do it, but who cares? It worked in the end.
Exactly.
I had no idea. I mean, I knew you were away. We had no clue. Was the idea not to let anybody know?
Well, no. I mean, the idea, first of all, I didn't know where this was going to go. And I was gone all the way one day, I think. I missed the show. Other days I had to book off work, but I was always good to go for the show. But the thing is, you're right. You discover that, a lot of the things you take for granted, and anyone who knows me will say that I've been very indifferent, sort of like, monitoring my health. And originally I thought this was an issue because I had a problem with the tooth on that side of my face. I thought it was a nerve issue. And I went to my dentist before I went to the ER, and it was so funny because everybody who saw me said, "You've got Bell's palsy." It almost came like a joke. Yeah, my dentist said, "You've got Bell's palsy." Then he goes, "What do I know? I'm a dentist. Go to the ER." Well, I go to the ER. The first thing the admitting nurse says, "You've got Bell's palsy." What's crazy, guys, is even though I'd never heard of this, when I finally had to go in for a neurological checkup, and the neurologist who was checking me up said, I've treated more cases of Bell's palsy like in the past 6 months than I have in the past 6 years. So I have no idea what's behind that. But as I say, a very weird kind of journey in the last quarter of 2023, but one that worked out for the best. And of course, the other high point is working with you guys, because I got to tell you, it's a hoot and a holler every single day. I mean, I've been very lucky. Most of my life, I've woken up and I've been happy to go into work. I'm always looking forward to doing this show. I just find that, as I've said repeatedly, when you're on CJAD, it's fun to do, but you also feel like you're part of something bigger. Yeah. And certainly today's show, the reaction we had to Greta, with all of that stuff. It's becoming more rare, and frankly, I think that's what makes it so valuable. That on the one hand, the CJAD is this kind of institution / English Montreal behemoth, but on the other hand, it is right in front of you. It's in your kitchen. It's in your living room, and I've never lost a sense of that. And all the years that I've been doing shows here, and basically having so much fun. In fact, my only regret, guys, is I used to fill in over the holidays. And there was always a kind of a magic when you were filling in over the holidays at CJAD. It was kind of like mom and dad had gone away for the weekend, but they left the keys to the liquor cabinet out,
yeah.
you know? And you could have so much fun. Brian Calasar and I would work together during all those holidays. But yeah, so that's the other thing. I really am happy, and you know, I could say proud that, but I think more importantly, I'm happy to be doing this on a daily basis, because I feel in a small way that we are making a difference, and in a big way, when I'm done, I kind of heave this sigh and I go, you know what, that was fun. That was a hoot.
Well, Jim, I'll tell you just how disappointed I am that instead of railing against somebody or the government or somebody, you know, in municipal politics, you felt the need to just basically say how much you enjoy doing what you do, because we know people enjoy it as well. But Jim, I was expecting much more.
Well, no, I'll tell you, we got a whole year to come, and frankly,
okay.
No, the thing is, I'm glad I'm on meds for my blood pressure, because if you think 2023 was a travail, if you think 2023 was a challenge, okay, when you guys get back to work, okay, it's not going to be, oh, gee, whatever will we talk about? It's the first week of January. It's going to be, how do we fit all this in? Because trust me, it is going to come down like an Old Testament act of God, and it is not going to stop for the coming year.
Okay,
Yay!
Listen, I'm going to ask you, because whether you know this or not, your daily hits with us are I think one of the most viewed pieces on our webpage, right? The audio there, Brian tells me, is one of the top ones every day. And I said today when we were first talking about this that I was thinking, for me, if I had to pick a moment, I looked back at my notes and I saw that it was in June of this year when all of a sudden Anglos in this province had to then start to prove, in order to get services from the government, that they were, in fact, legitimate Anglos. And I played that piece back when you call the city, and it's at press 1 or press 2, but only press 2 if you are an Anglo. And you know what that was about. To me, that was the biggest slap in the face moment to Anglos in this province in 2023.
Well, yeah, you got to look at it two ways, right? Because yes, you're right. You know, generically, it is a slap in the face. Generically, it is, and what's even more insidious, it's people who should know better than to do this who are in fact doing this. But on the other hand, if you take a step back, if you realize that there are two worlds that we live in, there's the world that, you know, the three of us live in our work, and the stuff that we get angry about and the stuff that we see, and there's another part of the world where you've got everything else on your plate. You've got the kids, you've got your job, you've got everything else that you have to deal with. And you hear about these things, and I will bet you folding money, guys, that when that whole, press 2 if you're an Anglo, and we'll cross your fingers, I think a lot of people just laugh at that, because it is funny. It is funny insofar as it is absurd. And perhaps the one other good thing that happened in 2023 is that not just English Quebec, but Francophone Quebec has actually had a taste of this now. They're seeing how this government works. They're seeing how it improvises, how it really doesn't have any answers, that it'll just grab some scripted piece of BS and say, you know, solidarity, or the Quebec, I'm protecting French, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And those poll numbers that basically shocked Francois Legault, that basically perhaps, grabbed him by the lapels and shook him, I'm not sure it's going to do any good. But I think that this particular Christmas and this particular New Year, Francois Legault will not be embarking on a new 12-month cycle absolutely sure that he's going to get away with everything that he does.
Fair enough. I'm sorry, I cut you off before.
Well, no, I was still back on I'm just so impressed that you quit smoking. You are, first and foremost, you are so damn good at what you do, Jim. And I want you to know, on the text line, people are saying, we love you, James. We always wait for your segment. Happy holidays. That's from Chris. Oliver says, thank goodness you're okay, James. I just love listening to you with Aaron and Natasha. Happy holidays. I
always figured the good numbers for the online postings was because that brilliantly airbrushed picture they have of me. That, it's almost like AI before AI.
That's what does
Listen,
it. Yeah.
You should be so proud of yourself. I am so impressed that you quit smoking, that you're taking care of your health. And I can't believe you missed one day with us, and we thought you were having just a dental emergency. Meanwhile, you were having a major health emergency. My
last nerdish observation for this year with you guys, because when I came back from the hospital, And I was musing over the day that I lost. I said, when was the last time I missed a show? And I swear to God, okay, the last time I missed a show was in April of 2020. Had I come in that Wednesday, October 4th, it would have been my 815th consecutive appearance on Montreal Now.
Hey, how fantastic. That's it. I mean, that says everything about you right there.
Yeah.
Well, listen, that
Proud
said,
to work with you.
Yeah, we're very happy, obviously, that, it's not easy to stop smoking, I know. So, I'm as I said before, it's too bad it took what it took. But, Jim, that's one step, and that's a big step, and you're feeling fine and feeling better, and that's all we can hope for. So, thank you for doing what you do.
I mean, the vodka may play some role in that, but all that said, everything is tickety-boo, guys. And like I say, it's a genuine pleasure being able to work with you guys 5 days a week.
As it is for mutual. Us. Jim, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Have a great holiday, and we'll talk to you again in 2024.
And Merry Christmas to you both, and I hope Santa brings you lots and lots of presents.
There you go.
I hope he brings you vodka. Merry Christmas.
Hey.
Santa he did already. He already did.
Oh, he did?
Yeah,
okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Jim.